No, Squidward, I meant good for your soul.
Oh, please. I have no soul.
あら、こそこそ何やってるのかしら。
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the nine.
Do you ever just sit there and think about your childhood and all of these great, amazing, interactive shows that you used to watch? And then you decide, you know what, I want to go back and relive parts of my childhood because I remember being such a happy, healthy child. And then you realize being happy and wonderful and fluffy and innocent is more like a drug-induced fever dream that never seems to stop ending, and everything seems like it has some kind of strange metaphor for how you're struggling in life right now. Nope, just me? Okay. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I personally was born a 90s baby. Granted, it was 1999. However, with me being born in the last year, I didn't really get that 90s culture very much, so I grew up more as a 2000s baby. There were a lot of great shows, especially towards kids, that were very popular. So the first one that we're gonna get into is the infamous Teletubbies show.
Teletubbies. Teletubbies. Say hello.
Okay, so in order for it to be a Teletubby, it has to have all of these key factors. 1. Felt like fur. 2. Giant ears. 3. Antennae that connect to the TVs in their stomachs. And 4. Nightmarish monkey faces. I'm sorry with how horrifying this voice is, but it's free, so we move.
What I actually didn't know was that the Teletubbies were a British TV show. I thought that it was an American-made TV show because obviously I was a literal fetus and I didn't understand or grasp the concept of things happening outside of my own country. And apparently, according to Google, 74% of Google users liked Teletubbies. I don't think that's true. I really don't. Like, I think people are just liking it based on the nostalgia of it. But if they were to watch it now, they would probably have sleep paralysis.
And now on to the even more infamous Booba. In order to be classified as a Booba, you must have the following characteristics: weird, disturbing, globular and squishy bodies, no necks, gems in the forehead, shift Morocco eyes, and finally, half a star chicken nugget fingers.
Just bite the corner like this. You see? Just bite it. Gentle.
So it was released 2 years after Teletubbies had ended. Now, Boobah is also a British TV show, and it's actually created by the same person who created Teletubbies, who is Anne Wood.
And Andrew Davenport.
Oh girl, look at him. 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 Feel like pocket. I'm so proud of him. Feel like
Jumba.
When I leave, you want to keep doing this. But then when I come around, you don't want to post up.
Humba, jingba, sing 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 ba, zumba.
Tinky Winky,
Tinky Winky.
Dipsy, La La, Ho.
Yeah. Now, the little bit of flair that Teletubbies had that Boobah did not is the fact that they lived with that vacuum thing. I don't remember its name. Hold on, give me a second. Name, wow, I can't, I told you I'm illiterate. Name of vacuum in Teletubbies. Jesus fucking Christ. What is that? Oh my god. Here's the thing. The body itself, I remember. The little brush on his head, I remember. But I do not remember those murderous crazy eyes. What is that? No, you see all this together? That is unacceptable. I feel like I need to call somebody about this. The fact that this was aired is horrible. Also, I love how they threw a little bit of diversity into whatever this is, because they have like 2 light-skinned ones and then like a couple darker ones, and they're like, inclusivity, even if they're aliens. See, Teletubbies was ahead of its time. Apparently, his name is Nunu. It apparently is Teletubbies' sky blue pet. Having a vacuum cleaner as a pet sounds like one of the most social, isolating, depressing things I've ever seen. And along with this added character, they would do quirky things like make tubby custard and these tubby face pancake things. It reminds me of those little smiley potato things that we used to eat as kids, and it also reminds me of the episode of Adventure Time where Jake was trying to pretend to be a rainicorn and decided to eat soy people.
Ew.
So the whole time we could just be sitting there going, oh my gosh, they're so cute. And then they could just be going,
Yeah, but this is your father that I'm eating right now, so enjoy that.
And of course, what comes with TV shows and movies, especially kids' TV shows and movies, is merchandise. And they sold plenty of them on both sides.
However, for the life of me, I could not find out how much Booba made in revenue. Maybe because it flopped, who knows?
However, I think there is a distinct difference between the Teletubby merch.
Who cares if one more light goes out in the sky of a million stars? It flickers, flickers. We don't give a fuck about no bitch. We don't give a fuck about no bitch. We don't give a fuck about no bitch.
That actually looks tolerable, and the Boobah merch.
Still loves me when I'm no longer young and
I feel like most people don't remember Boobah. Maybe it's because it's like when you go through a traumatic event in your life, you tend to push that thing in the back of your mind and try your hardest not to think about it. Who knows? To me, how it comes off is that Anne needed her coin. She needed her money. She was on her grind. I respect the hustle, Anne. And she was like, you know what? Let's just come up with something else. Kids are dumb. They'll eat this shit up. They kind of did, but then kind of didn't. So it probably scared more children than it encouraged to be involved in exercise and science and technology, like the description suggests.
4 to 6 weeks later.
What the? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Who you is? Who you be?
Yes, I am wearing a backwards baseball cap because me and my hair are not exactly vibing right now. We don't exactly see eye to eye. So I'm just gonna be a middle school kid named Zach for a quick second. The only difference I can actually tell like between the two shows, the character design, the setting, the song, the narrator, and I guess like the abilities of the creatures, because Teletubbies are more like anthropomorphic kind of creatures. They're more human-esque, you know what I'm saying? Because they're actually designed to look and act like toddlers so that they can like relate to their target audience or whatever. With Boobah, they were more alien-esque kind of creatures. Yes, they were kind of anthropomorphic, but only in the sense that they had like arms and legs and hands and feet. That's about it. Boobahs lived in like pea pod kind of things where they like, I guess, sit in there and just marinate it up or whatever. I don't know, it's kind of creepy. And they could sink their faces into their necks. And they could fly with the sound of farts. And they could do some like what is that thing called? Acrobatic aerial stunts.
Like, someone please explain to me how the hell anyone would want to watch that. But hey, she's rich and I'm poor, so clearly it's working for somebody.
The similarities between these two shows include the entire setup of the show. Okay, here's the rundown. Basically what Anne did is what they do in those video games where they, instead of giving you new characters, they just reskin the old ones and pretend like they're selling you something new. That's basically what she did with Booba, because the entire setup of the show is the same. It's the same. You have these creatures who they have, I think it was 4 Teletubbies, but it was like 6, I think, Boobahs. Basically these group of creatures that could summon children or were summoned by children, and basically went to like this short of them doing various activities, playing, dancing, gyrating, all of the things, and then you'd get clips of real life children in their daily lives. So, and then once that was over, there were basically like a problem that was in the show, and depending on which one it was, they would pick certain things, and either side would give each other certain hints and like clues to figure out the problem, and then once the problem was solved, they all go back home. You know, but like Boobahs are more like a weird flying demon spirit.
No, Squidward, I meant good for your soul.
Oh, please. I have no soul.
And Teletubbies were just kind of like there. So, okay, that's all I wanted to say. Back to regular me. I would argue that Boobahs are a little scarier, to be fair. As far as the cast goes, Boobah has significantly more people than Teletubbies did. Now, as I can tell from what I researched briefly, none of the people in the cast from Teletubbies are on the show Boobah.
Right? Wrong!
That looks like it would eat my face. I will link the episodes that I mentioned in the description box if you really just want to fuck yourself up today. I mean, go for it. It's up to you. So that's all that I had for this video. I'm sorry if I traumatized you for life, but if I have to be traumatized, then you have to be too. That's how it works. It's all or nothing. So that's all I had for this video. If you liked it, then good for you, and I will see you in my next one that I promise is less horrifying.